Further to this evidence, it is the prosecution case that there was a video retrieved from the first accused cell phone, which was allegedly recorded by the first accused person, which shows that he was in the deceased house prior to her death. I did not have the benefit of that video. I must make it clear. But more importantly, and this evidence to the court was very important. Why am I saying it was very important? Because the evidence of George Kimani is evidence from a relative of the deceased. I treated the next evidence that I'm going to speak to as independent evidence to the question as to whether the first accused person knew the deceased prior to her death. This is the evidence of number 70110, Corporal Jonathan Limo, who testified as PW33. This is an officer tied to Safaricom law enforcement. He's a data analyst, and he said in his evidence that he analyzed data from a telephone number 0727 001675 registered in the name of the first accused person, Jowie Irungu Courier. He also analyzed data from two cell phone numbers, 0727, 0704 170422, 0715 775856. Both of them were registered in the name of the deceased, Monica Nyawira Kimani. It is the evidence of this witness that on 1st of September 2018, the number of the first accused person called the number of the deceased. And that call was made at DOD Langata, and it was an outgoing. Based, therefore, on the evidence of George Kimani and the data analyst PW3, it is the finding of this court that the evidence by the first accused person that he did not know the deceased prior to her death is untenable, it is insincere, and it is an afterthought, and it is false. It is the finding of this court that the first accused person was known to the deceased prior to her death. Allow me to move to the next item. This next item is whether the first accused person stole an identity card of Dominic Bisera and used it to access Ramuria Gardens, where the murder took place, on the fateful night. I will be probably returning back to this evidence. You will get to know why, but let me speak to it now. Excuse me. Dominic Harun testified in this court. And his evidence was to the effect that on 17th of September 2018, he went to Royal Park Estate in Langata to look for casual work. The requirement at the main gate was that you leave your identity card at the gate. And so he left his ID card at the gate. And he was supposed to collect it in the evening after work. When he came to collect his ID card, he did not find it. The following day he went, he did not find his ID card. I am speaking to the events of 17th September 2018. And so he left his contacts written in the book with the guards, the occurrence book, contacts, Dominic telephone number, and said, turn into a bit of Kiswahili, mukipata hii kipande changu, tafadhali mnijulishe. I have had the benefit of that record. It is his evidence that he never got his ID at all. I have had the evidence of the witness who came from the registrar of persons who has confirmed to this court that Dominic Harun eventually got a duplicate ID in the year 2019. There is evidence from witnesses at Royal Park that is true, Dominic lost his ID. There is evidence from protected witness 3A to the effect that the person who went to the deceased house on 19th of September 2018 produced an ID in the name of Dominic Harun. This witness identifies the first accused person on the parade as the Dominic Harun. I come to the parade.